Did you get triggered today? Get a grip. You're grown. Why are you letting people bother you like that? Well, the thing about triggers is that they will come up every now and then as the years go by. Triggers happen when a place reminds you of painful memories, or when a person's action and words remind you of painful feelings that you have felt, and they open up old wounds that took a long time to recover from. So if you don't retreat from those people and places immediately, you will regret it. So first of all, welcome back to week 10 of the Artist's Way journey, the Supreme Shihan's way of recovering her artistry in developing content, developing ideas, writing, just continuously and consistently putting out messages out there for you guys. Because at this point, I don't really know what my channel is about, except that I understand that whatever I say here may help someone, may motivate someone, may remind someone something good, something healthy, something worthwhile listening to. I hope. Triggers. Why do triggers happen? Well, as I said before, they happen because old memories of painful past are hurting you again. But as the years go by, they are a little bit easier to understand, to hold, to analyze and observe. And then that's when you have to tell yourself that you graciously welcome this memory. Mend your heart. Mend your heart with it. Mend that past self. Hug your past self and tell yourself kind, loving things. Kind, loving words, excuse me. Because there's nothing really you can do about it anymore. The only thing you can do, okay, is to not let it happen again. That means you gotta learn ways to defend yourself. To help you understand this video and the whole reason why I'm talking about this, view this from a lens of a high performance athlete. Okay? Let's say you are a high performance athlete, whether it is in football, swimming, running track, anything that requires high levels of athleticism. And you are proud of yourself because you did that. You can say like, hey, I can do this skill, I can run this fast, I can swim as fast as a dolphin, something like that. But there comes a time where you have to unlearn a lot of teachings and practices and methods from your previous teachers and coaches, and only keep the ones that do work, that are applicable for anyone and in anything. And when that happens, you must remember this. You know what it takes. And that's why you get triggered. You know what it takes. And because you know how much blood, sweat, and tears, how much hours and nights you have to sacrifice, days where you cannot do anything fun because you're doing what matters to you in the moment, which is to be incredibly amazing in your sport, in your art. And you know how much work that you have to do to get to that high level of performance, high level of success. When you win, it feels amazing because it doesn't happen very often. And the most important part of it all, of being that athlete, is when you've developed that mindset of never giving up on yourself. When the rest of the world gives up on you, you're the only one who held your ground because you believe in yourself that much, even when it's really hard to do that. So do yourself a favor. When something or someone's words starts to grind your gears, retreat back to HQ. get your mind right, and vent if you need to. But it is very important that you retreat, because what's going to happen is, if you don't and you do not have control over your emotions, you're going to explode. So in week 10, I was so deeply triggered that I lost sleep. I couldn't sleep at night. I would take naps during the day, but at night, so much things are running through my mind. I'm restless. I'm writing, or I'm not writing. This whole week I did not write that much. I did not create much. And that was bad. I didn't even do my morning pages. I didn't even do week 10 tasks. I was just addicted to the thought of what hurt me. I did work out though. I was exercising as usual. The downsides of no, being an overthinker is a downside. You can't rest your mind. And the only way that I could, make myself not think was to just keep exercising. But it told me that how much I needed to just calm down in private and get myself together. And this is coming from a person who grew up being told what to do, just dealing with it. And in my personal example, when you do an activity that requires high tolerance of pain, such as jiu-jitsu, manage the pain that you get, the soreness that comes from rolling with people, and in all types of sizes, okay? You are taught to channel that energy, whatever emotions that are stronger than the other, like anger, for example. You have to channel it in a way that is positive, which means when you spar, do not let the anger control you, but let the anger direct you. And you, with your mind that you can control, you are the one driving the ship. You are the one telling your anger where to put pressure, where to pull, where to release. Because when you let anger take the lead, you're going to start bulldozing. And then you're going to start going like that. And it is a common practice that when somebody on the mats pisses you off and has purposely hurt you, because for whatever egotistical reason, you will try to get your lick back by sparring with them, by showing them what you can do. Now, that doesn't always work every single time because, number one, size difference. In my case, okay, I have to build back my strength. I have to relearn all the skills that I've learned, that I've known. But because I didn't get to practice it as much, I kind of not remember it. But my muscle remembers it. That's why they call it muscle memory. So when I start doing it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's all coming back to me. And that's the reason why I came back, right? I went back to practicing jiu-jitsu because I'm doing it for myself now. And I have mentioned this a little bit in my other videos. I'm also getting my ass handed to me lately. And it's fine, I expected it. What I did not expect was to be I don't want to phrase this the wrong way, but if you're a woman, you do mixed martial arts, or you're in a very physically intense sport, and you do it with a guy, or you're against a guy who is of similar size. Even they're a similar size, they are still in a way stronger than you. Just keep that in mind, okay? This is not about, yeah, girls can do anything. Yeah, we can do anything, but please be aware. Don't be too delusional, because you will get hurt. And if you don't set boundaries, you're gonna get injured. But now I'm grown. I have to remind myself, I'm grown. I'm an adult now. I have free will and the power to vocalize what I do not like. And what I don't like is that when newbies, and men especially who are new to jiu-jitsu, want to keep hurting small women like me, or women in general, because they have this fear of losing to a girl. It is a common thing among men, especially ones who don't have confidence in themselves and who aren't gentlemen. They have this fear that if a girl beats them, oh, they're a wuss. Well, let me tell you something, okay? If you're a guy watching this and you're considering mixed martial arts and grappling, especially because I'm a grappler, I practice grappling, and this is what I'm talking about. I want you to tell you something. Whether you understand it or not, you must listen to it because you will later on. Being submitted by a woman or a girl doesn't make you less of a man. Sparring with a woman who has more experience than you doesn't make you less of a man. I can confidently say this because I have sparred with men, women, and children. With the children, you get to guide them. You roll with them, you flow roll with them, you gently teach them how to be comfortable in their bodies as they roll, as they spar. With women, you can learn and observe their fluidity. We're pretty good at that, if you let us. And with the men who are kind and who are understanding of their physical advantages between them and women and children as well, they don't discredit us. They actually see us as equals, but they know in the back of their mind that, okay, this is a lady. I'm gonna see how much she can do and I will match it. And that's based on skill, it's not based on strength. Sometimes they do put strength to see if you can handle it, which is good. But there's a difference between understanding a person's strengths and weaknesses and managing that together with them versus constantly hurting the person because you don't want to get submitted, you don't want to be on the ground. My goodness, the many times I have to deal with this, it's getting really tiring. So that's why I told myself, okay, it's time to just speak up. So I spoke to my coach. I told him what I'm not comfortable with, and that is called setting a boundary. Because I told myself, I want to love this again, and I don't want a dummy to be ruining that for me. You can tell when someone's a newbie, they just constantly want to just go at you. They want to hurt you because they think that's what sparring is, that's what mixed martial arts is. You hurt people who try to hurt you first. That's why it's called self-defense. You don't attack, you run away. That's the first rule, okay? You run away first, you avoid it, you walk away. Unfortunately, only the men could teach those wannabes, those egotistical wannabes, a lesson. Because women, we can only do so much. And it kind of sucks. No, it doesn't kind of suck. It sucks a lot. Now, how to know if it really comes to a point where you get to just tell this person off? Well, when your body parts are starting to get crushed. Yeah, and they're not stopping. It's different from submission in a way because when you're grappling, you're trying to hold the person in place. And then when a guy is obviously stronger than you and he's really hurting you, he's not doing it slowly, okay? He's like impulsively trying to like make you suffer. And that's when you have to tell him, stop it. Who are you? What do you think you're doing? I'm trying to control myself. Hold on. So if you're a woman or a girl who is practicing grappling and you're new to it or you've been in it like I have, please practice vocalizing this issue to your head coach. If you're not comfortable confronting the person who you're rolling with, vocalize it to your head coach. But when you communicate this, be very clear and accurate. Don't make things up. It is a chance for you and your coach to talk about this. But also, ask yourself, do I feel comfortable rolling with this person again? If you're not sure and the answer cannot be yes, then it means no. If you cannot say yes, it means no. So, don't roll with that person again. And there's this common misconception that people who do mixed martial arts have anger issues. Yeah, and so, at least I'm dealing with it somehow. Look, I don't know about everybody else, but I know about me. And yes, I did have an anger issue. The anger comes from not standing up for myself, not vocalizing or having the ability to communicate clearly about what bothered me, what hurt me, and who. So if you ask me, it's not a misconception. There are people like me who are deeply hurt, who have such painful wounds that need to be released. And sometimes the only way is to actually hit a bag, grapple with a person. But then it comes down to the coach too. The coach has to help you and guide you to direct that energy wisely. That's a topic for another time because I'm not ready to really dive into that yet. There are people in mixed martial arts who do it for fun because they're just curious. They're like, oh my goodness, wow, what is this? I want to try. And those people, you really have to, take care. Take care of those kind of students because they're just there to learn. They just want to enjoy it. But don't forget about the students who need it for the sake of living, to stay alive, to be at peace with themselves. Do not forget about the students. Do not forget about those grappling partners. I am that student. And if you're that type of student too, I'm here. I see you. Okay, you're seen. So, what is the whole point of all of this? Why am I talking so much? And did I get to the point? Probably not. But here is the point. The main reason that you must retreat away from what is bothering you and what is causing you so much restlessness is because you need to control your mind. You need to calm your heart, your soul in private, because people react to triggers differently. For me, I need to be in my cocoon. I need to just not talk to people. And that can go on for days. Okay? You need to get your sense of self back so that when you go out again, when you go back to the mats again, you can vocalize your issue the right way, correctly, without overthinking it. And it's never a good excuse to be reactive. Yes, you've been in pain. Yes, there are people who learn this sport or this martial art and they're enjoying it and doing so well. But you've done this for so long and you're not enjoying it. So what is the problem? Well, that's for you to answer. And I'm saying this because I've done it myself. None of the things I'm saying is new, but maybe the perception and the approach may be a little bit different. So if this applies to you, try it. You get triggered easily? Oh my God, just say you need a minute. You have to walk away. It's the only thing that could keep you at peace. Okay? Vocalize the problem, avoid rolling with that person, and continue to practice the art as you intended to. Enjoy it. And remember, your body should be cared for. It is not worth sacrificing it just to get a win.